Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hello and welcome to my channel. So I'm just hoping that you're enjoying my videos, you're enjoying my tutorials, and sometimes I post paintings even if they don't have tutorials. I'm thankful that a lot of you guys are enjoying just seeing my paintings. So today we'll be doing another landscape painting, which I'm so excited about because whenever I do landscape paintings, they're relaxing and they just give me that positive vibes. So yeah, I hope this gives you some positive vibes as well. So let's begin now. I'll be sketching for the subject, but let me tell you the colors that we'll be using for today's painting tutorial. The colors that I've been using lately are almost the same colors because I've been doing landscapes recently, so they're pretty much similar. So if I forget to mention any color here in this video, you can check out my other videos. You'll find the other colors that I use for landscape paintings. They're pretty similar, guys. So here are the colors that I'll be using for today's tutorial. We have, of course, titanium white, sap green, black, brown or burnt sienna, primary blue or phthalo blue, and then lemon yellow and yellow ochre. So let's begin now. So I'll be sketching first the subject. If you can see here, this is an old canvas that I just painted over with white acrylics so that I reuse some of my old canvases. So I'll be sketching first the subject. I'll be using I'll be using black. So I'll be using black to sketch first the subject. Okay, and you know me, guys, if you've been with me for quite a while, you probably have noticed how rough I am when it comes to sketching and underpainting. And the reason why I'm like that is because I really want to get things done, or get the bulk of the things done quite quickly. So let me just first identify where the horizon is gonna go. Okay, just like that. Okay, using black, I'm just gonna use this to spread some dark paints in the background. I'll be adding some green as well to already give that nature vibe on the background. This will be painted over later, so don't you worry too much if it looks so abstractish, if you don't like abstract look on your sketch. I usually start my painting with some abstractish style. This will only give us some shadows, or give those trees shadows and depth and thickness. Okay. So I'm alternately using green and black to give that shadows and depth. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Now we're gonna underpaint the foreground, and for that, without washing my brush, I'm just gonna use my green, my sap green. I'm gonna add yellow ochre to mute the color. Okay. Let's do the foreground now. And I'm going to make the horizon line quite uneven to suggest the existence of grasses. If your horizon is too flat, it doesn't look natural unless your foreground is a cement or concrete, something like that. But if your foreground is more of nature, I think you should make it quite uneven. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to make this corner quite dark because of some shadows. So using your sap green and black, just darken your green and apply that right here. Alright, okay, just like that. Okay, that's good. This is very abstract-ish, right? So now I'm gonna get my black. Let's get some tree trunks going. So using black paint, I might add a little bit of burnt sienna to my black to make it not super black. Okay, and I'm gonna use this to create some tree trunks. Okay, and also here, I don't know if you can see that, but okay, I just did a line like that, like a diagonal line to suggest tree trunks or a tree trunk. Okay, I'm gonna wet my brush because the paint is not smoothly gliding on the canvas. Okay, and here some tree trunks like that. All right, we'll be doing some light play today, and that's my favorite subject. Whenever I do light play, it just makes me feel so good. I might use a thinner brush to suggest more tree branches. So I'll be using a more pointy brush. Again, guys, I really don't mind the brand or the paintbrush that I'm using. I'm just getting the paintbrush when I saw one. It depends on the size of the paintbrush or the type of paintbrush. I really don't care about the brand. Some people are asking me about the brand of paintbrushes. I'm sorry guys, I really don't care about the brands of paintbrushes. Some of them I bought from Korea when I was still there. Some of them I already bought here when I came back home in Manila. So I really don't mind, and I really don't recommend any particular brand of brush for anyone. I don't know, some people just do that, and some people even create brushes. I have nothing against that. It's just that I really don't care about the brushes. I can even use a spoon if I'm out of, like, let's say I forgot my palette knife. Yeah, yeah. I just had to say that because some people are asking me. But I also understand that some people think that a particular brand of brush would help you, or would help you achieve the look of the painting that we're trying to achieve. Some brands maybe are good brands, but then again, whenever I use brushes, I simply ruin the brush because I scrub on the canvas, and yeah, I do a lot of things very harshly with my with my paint brushes. So if I buy expensive brushes, I think it's just a waste of money and waste of time thinking about the brand. I'll be ruining it anyway, and I don't mind ruining my paint brushes because they give me they get the job done, you know. I don't want to spend too much money on expensive paint brushes and then be very careful while painting because I am so concerned about my brushes getting ruined. You know that? You know what I'm saying, guys? I'm not the most practical person in the world, but I think when it comes to brushes, I really don't care, for the lack of the right word. All right, so I think, yeah, right. So now we'll be doing more, I think I talk a lot about brushes. So now we'll be doing more foliage details on this painting. And I'll be using, all right, I think, get your fan brush ready. Any fan brush will do. I'm just gonna use my fan brush that I have here, and I'm gonna dab onto my mid yellow and then sap green like this. Maybe add tiny bit of yellow ochre to tone the yellowness down. Okay, yellow. And I'm gonna use the tip of the fan brush to create the texture or the look that I want for this painting. So we're going to do it layer by layer. Okay, now I'm going down here on the foreground. I'm just gonna use the tip of my brush to suggest some grasses on the foreground. I think this is the second layer of our underpainting. So we'll do it layer by layer as I told you, like this. All right, and here. I hope you can see. All right. I'm just gonna move my canvas a little. Okay. I'm gonna add more foliage details right here. Okay, now I'm gonna dab onto my pure green. So get your sap green. I'm gonna add tiny bit of black to darken the green, but it should not be super black. It should still be green. I'm gonna add tiny bit of yellow just to remove that super dark color. And I'm gonna use this to again go back to the foliage and create some more volume. So I'm using the tip of my fan brush to create the foliage like brush strokes that we have here. All right, like that. Can even go here. Okay, now let's go here in the background trees. Just dab on some dark green colors. All right, and even on the foreground to suggest randomness of the grasses. That. Okay, now I'm gonna dab onto my yellow. Get your mid yellow or lemon yellow without washing your brush and just apply it again. Okay, I'm gonna add brown to my yellow. Gonna add brown. So add burnt sienna to your yellow, but more yellow. And I'm gonna use this color to make some more foliage. This is what we call layering of colors. And make sure as well that your leaves overlap the branches so that it looks more natural, because if it's just avoiding the branches, it doesn't look natural, because nature is supposed to be random. Okay, and I'm gonna apply that color as well on the foreground. All right, right here. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna mix this yellowy greeny color with white. We haven't used white, right? So I'm gonna make some light green color, and I'm gonna use this to apply more highlights. All right, and here as well. All right, like that. And now using a pointy brush, I'm just gonna highlight the tree trunks. So I'm gonna get my yellow ochre plus brown to make some light browny color. So it's like this color. And I'm gonna use to highlight the right side of the tree trunks. So I'm gonna add some white as well to really highlight the right side of the tree trunks. Okay, like that. Okay. And I'm gonna go back to using my fan brush. Okay. I'm gonna use black this time to add more depth. Get your black. Right, like that. And then I'm gonna get some blue-green color, right, maybe this color. So add blue to your yellow-greeny color. And we're going to dry brush a bit to suggest some light, okay? And using my fingers, I'm just gonna apply it this way. Like that. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna allow that first to dry. I think my foliage need more details. I need more black. Oops, sorry guys. So using black, I'm just gonna get my green, mix them together, and just make some more detailing. Okay, the streets are really noisy at the moment. You can hear that. Okay, I'm gonna get again my burnt sienna, and let's make it a little more brown. Like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna get again my black, and I will redefine the tree trunks in the background that got glazed over when I did the sun rays. And using this color as well, I'm just gonna add more depth to the foreground grasses. Add some dimension. Also here, just along the shadow line. Okay, like that. Now I need more light play, so I'm gonna get my mid yellow and my yellow ochre, and I'm just gonna add white, and I'm just gonna use this color to get into those in between foliage spaces. So again, just using the tip of my brush. Okay, now I'm gonna use pure lemon yellow. right here. And using black, I'm just gonna dab on some more depth. Okay. And I'm just gonna outline this tree right here. Add a little bit of shadows. Okay, now I'm gonna get my green blue mixture. I'm gonna add tiny bit of black just to tone down the color, or brown, maybe white as well, like this color. And then I'm gonna use this to dry brush just along the horizon to suggest some light in between the background foliage. Like that. Making it more or suggesting more sunlight in the background. Like that. Let me check. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna use again my fan brush. So get your fan brush. Where's my fan brush? And I'm gonna create some tall and short grasses, random grasses on the foreground. I'm gonna get my yellow ochre, get my burnt sienna, green. Okay, so it's like this color. Let's start creating some tall and short grasses. And make your grasses go in different directions. This should not have any particular pattern. Okay, now I'm gonna get my black to create more grasses. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna get my white, dab onto your white, and in the same manner, move your fan brush. Okay, just be careful not to overdo this. Right. Like that. Some of the grasses will be highlighted, not all of them. like that. And using the remaining white on my fan brush, I'm just gonna go and highlight the light source right here. You know, I don't know, I hope you're not hearing the background sounds that I'm hearing that are playing, or that is playing just outside the building, because we have an elections actually very soon. So the campaign period is not yet over. So I really hope the sound does not get recorded. Or if you hear it, I hope you don't really hear the words. So I'm gonna use as well this fan brush to create some light play. I'm gonna go diagonal this way, down and up like that, and I'm just gonna allow the paint to hit some of the areas of the painting, so to suggest more light play like this. And I'm gonna use tiny bit of yellow to suggest more light. I did not wash my brush because I want to dry brush. All right, like this. And also highlight that part where the sun is hitting the surface to really make it more realistic. All right, let me check. All right. Okay, I don't really like the foliage in the background, so I'm gonna add more thickness to that. So I'm gonna use my ordinary square brush. I'm gonna create more foliage in the background. Alright, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna get my yellow. So get your pure yellow or pure mid yellow or lemon yellow, and I'm just gonna retouch it. Add some more foliage, because as I told you guys earlier, we'll be doing a lot of layers today. A lot of layers to suggest a fullness of the foliage in the background. So just add more layers of highlighted leaves using yellow. Sometimes you can also use white. So I'm gonna use as well some yellow on the foreground. Again, do not overdo this step. Only highlight those areas where the sun rays are hitting. Some random areas. To really suggest the presence of light. All right, maybe here as well, somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna get my yellow ochre. I'm gonna create some suggestions of light right here. Okay, I'm gonna get my green. So as I told you guys, the more you layer, the more full the foliage appear. Alright, now I'm gonna use my pointy brush to add some more branches. Alright, so I'm gonna get my black and yeah, let's create some branches. Okay, and for other branches, I'm gonna use my brown and black. Just make sure that it's more brown than black. Like that. Okay, more black. Alright, like that. Okay, now let's go back to using our fan brush. Let's create some more yellowy highlights. Oops, sorry guys. And then get your green, pure green and black. Here as well. Like this. Alright, let me check. Oh, so nice. This is so nice. Okay, using a clean brush, I'm just gonna apply some white right here. Like random white color. Okay, and also in between the foliage, because we want to suggest some sky in the background. Alright, like that. Alright, another election campaign going on outside my building. Alright, like this. And then I'm gonna add yellow to my existing white just to create highlighted yellow for us to go again to the foliage to really suggest some more highlights. So I'm gonna dab on this color onto some portion of the foliage Do not overdo the highlighting portion. Just a bit of this color here and there, but make sure that you also distribute it quite evenly on the foliage. So it should be evenly applied here, and it should also be evenly applied here. Quite random, but evenly. Okay. Here, some more light. Like that. Okay. And then again, I keep covering the shadow area. All right, like this. Let's create some more tree branches, tree trunks in the background. All right, let me check. Wow, this is nice. But of course, we don't want these branches right here to be just branches. There should be leaves overlapping the branches. It looks so weird. When I look into the camera, I just saw how weird looking they are. We're actually almost done, guys. I'm just trying to give it more highlights because I'm obsessed with highlighting. And I really want to give this super forest look. Okay, I think that's an ambulance or a fire truck. I'm not sure. Or a police. All right. Okay, more white. I'm applying white here and there. To suggest light. like that. Oh my god, this is pretty. Okay. Right, guys? Oh my god, this is nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna sign this now. It looks so magical. I'm gonna sign this now, and we did it quite faster than I expected. So I'm gonna use my white, and I'm gonna sign right here. Okay, so we're done, guys. We're done, guys. Oh my god, it's less than an hour and we finished it. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you've been enjoying my landscape painting tutorials. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this painting, or what do you want me to paint next? Just let me know. Of course, I'll be painting what I want to paint for you guys, or what I feel like painting for you guys. But it's also nice to hear what you want to see from my videos or from my tutorials. See you in my next video, guys, and have a nice day. Love you.